Right now at 6, a pathway toward treatment instead of jail officially opens its doors.
Yeah, I think I would. I wouldn't mind, sobering up.
It would have been great to have some, a little bit of heads up that this was coming.
Plus, how authorities in Clackamas County tracked down a suspect they say was targeting a particular kind of pet.
She would be behind the camera and the camera would shake and I would come out and find rabbits missing.
And later, an inclusive celebration of Indigenous peoples and their cultures.
Come and be in community with us because we are part of you.
Thanks for joining us. I'm David Mulco. We begin at 6 with opening day for Multnomah County's Deflection Center, which is already receiving mixed reactions. This is where police will take people caught using illegal drugs who qualify and choose treatment instead of jail. Blair Best has been following every twist and turn here for months. She joins us live in Southeast Portland. So Blair, what are you hearing?
Well, David, as you mentioned, we've been covering this for a long time now, since June, and today, finally, the center has opened. It's unclear if anyone, though, was dropped off today to receive any recovery services, but getting to this point has not been a smooth ride for Multnomah County. They have faced staffing and construction delays, a lawsuit, and major community pushback that still remains, even on day one.
It's been months in the making, this Deflection Center in Portland's Central East Side, a second chance for people addicted to hard drugs living on the streets.
Yeah, it's the opportunity to actually be able to apply ourselves.
Here's what led up to all this. On September 1st, drug possession became a crime again in Oregon, giving people caught solely with possession the option of deflection, that's treatment over jail. Instead of connecting them with recovery services on the street, starting Monday, officers can now take them here to this corner of Southeast Sandy Boulevard, a deflection center filled with providers. Yet the center itself is surrounded by homeless camps, businesses, and 2 daycares. So you can imagine what the neighborhood thinks about this new addition.
It's going to attract more homeless, I think, because it's going to be like a base camp for them.
We're not exactly happy about it.
Mark Stell runs Portland Coffee Roasters across the street from the Deflection Center.
The biggest thing I can take out of it is that it would have been great to have some, a little bit of heads up that this was coming.
He shows us the side effects of homelessness and addiction they deal with almost weekly.
This is another example, right? So this is with the hole in the fence. Almost daily we get fuel taken from our vans. My biggest fear is that it's just for show. They maybe have, 10 beds maybe?
The center can accommodate at least a dozen people each day. And starting next year, 10 sobering beds will open too.
It's putting a Band-Aid on a gusher.
If offered, would you choose treatment over jail?
Yeah, I think I would. I wouldn't mind, sobering up.
Once police drop someone like that man off at the center, he has 30 days to engage in recovery services. If he doesn't and he gets caught again and within the next 30 days, he'll go straight to jail.
I think it's pretty harsh as far as, you get one chance.
The reality is the city needs something. I can, empathize with that. But it's certainly not pulling great weight with all the rest of the neighbors.
Now, Multnomah County has held community meetings with select community members throughout this process, but despite that, there was still no signed good neighbor agreement. We wanted to hear from the Multnomah County chair today, but her spokesperson told us that was not possible on day one and that we could be hearing from her in several weeks. David?
A Band-Aid on a gusher. I have not heard it put quite like that, and I have no doubt, Blair, that you will be following up on this. Thanks, Blair. In your headlines, Oregon State Police are looking for the person who shot and injured a teenager on Highway 26 in the Cascades. Authorities say this is around 6 Friday evening, just east of Government Camp. State police have not identified the victim, though the family of a 17-year-old from Warm Springs says he was shot in what they call an ambush on the highway. The teen was airlifted to the hospital. No word on his condition. Catherine Cook is in touch with his family, and we'll have much more tonight on KGW News at 11. In Seaside, investigators are trying to figure out what sparked a trailer fire that killed one person and their dog. This was overnight Saturday into Sunday at the Pine Cove Trailer Park. Firefighters say shortly after they arrived, the trailer was engulfed in flames. Once the fire was out, first responders say they found a body and the remains of a dog inside. That person has not been publicly identified. Well, staying on the coast, and a rescue at Ecola State Park on Saturday recorded on video with one person stranded on some rocks as they were pummeled by the waves. The Coast Guard called in to help along with a chopper. Rescue crews say there were actually 2 people in the water. One was able to get back to shore. A rescuer was dropped down to that stranded person, tethered to them, and both were lifted to safety. And we are getting a clear picture of what a future interstate bridge could look like. These are the first animations we've seen of what the rebuilt highway, I-5 bridge and interchanges could look like, from a fixed span to a double deck with different variations of auxiliary lanes crossing the Columbia. The bridge also features an extra lane and light rail, as well as redesigned on and off ramps on the Vancouver side. This is all in public comment until November 20th. The final designs will not be released for several months. Matt?
All right, David, thanks very much. Boy, this may have been the final warm day that we're going to get for a while, because we're in the 70s today, and there's no more 70-degree days in the next 7 days in the 7-day forecast. This is Canada Beach right now. It's foggy, it's rainy, it's cold. This is what Portland's going to look like as we go into tomorrow, and especially on Wednesday. So we're going to call Wednesday a weather impact alert day, because it's our first significant rain of the fall. The roads have been very dry. You can build up oils and dirt and dust, and that can make the roads slippery when you first start getting rain. So for Wednesday morning, you might want to allow a little extra time to get to work, as things will probably gum up on the roadways because of the rain that'll be coming down that. There's rain coming down the Oregon coast right now, as we showed you, but it's a lot heavier on the Washington coast, and this is just the beginning. We will get into rain tomorrow, but the more significant rain will come on Wednesday. So again, that's the weather impact alert day, David. We'll go deeper into the 7-day forecast, talk about mountain snow in a bit. Back to you.
Oh, the rain had to settle in at some point. Thank you, Matt. Caught on camera in Canby, a suspected rabbit thief in the act, with a homeowner telling us this has happened multiple times, now sharing her story to see if there are other victims. Libby Dowsett joins us live in Canby. Libby, it sounds like this has been going on for years.
Oh, it has been year after year. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the rabbits involved in this saga that stretches back as far as 2021. These guys, some of them were bunnies when this all started happening. Someone came into their yard at night, reached their arms in, took their brothers and sisters. They are now in their new home in Canby after the owner was forced to move due to all the reported thefts and the police response trying to catch this rabbit thief.
It was a lot of stress and trauma when you go out and you find your pets are missing.
Melissa Zielinski is sharing surveillance video she says shows the person who took her beloved pet rabbits. The suspect, Bridie Olinger, is facing trespassing and theft charges in Clackamas County and is also accused of taking another family's pet rabbits.
She would be behind the camera and the camera would shake and I would come out and find rabbits missing.
Zielinski says in one instant, the suspect even left her own cell phone behind. She said she worked with authorities to try to lure her back, but it was this video showing the suspect's face that shocked Zielinski the most. She had met the suspect when Olinger claimed to be picking blackberries near Zielinski's house.
She was kind of looking sneaky, you know, in retrospect, she was acting kind of sneaky. He is the survivor, he's the lone survivor. Because I literally started putting locks on all the cages because I just didn't know when someone was going to come through and take them. I just felt like I failed them because I felt like it was my job to protect them.
The frustration was too much. Zielinski had lost her pets, her job from all the distractions, and her home, and still no one seemed to be taking her seriously.
It just wasn't important enough, but yet it's continued to where there's more victims and more rabbits stolen.
It's kind of a gray area whether rabbits are livestock. Oh my gosh, they are strong. We know that. Livestock or pets. So to prosecute these crimes, it's a misdemeanor, but it is that gray area. Now, the suspect is back in court on these theft and trespass charges next month, so we will keep you updated on that. Back to you.
Yeah, Libby Dowsett live in Canby with some very cute bunnies we hope will not be going anywhere. Thanks so much, Libby. Now at 6, it is Indigenous Peoples Day, a time to honor the history and culture of Indigenous people and their ancestors. Daisy Caballero takes us to a community event in Salem where people were encouraged to celebrate and ask lots of questions.
Yeah, the event just wrapped up, and you could say that it was pretty successful. We saw dozens of people coming to watch the event. Now, the event was put on by Indigenous Now, and they've been hosting this for the last 7 years with several goals in mind: to celebrate and honor their Native American culture and ancestors, while also providing the opportunity for the people of Salem and beyond to learn as well. Oregon joined 10 other states back in May of 2021 by declaring the second Monday of October as Indigenous Peoples Day, replacing Columbus Day. This also allows Oregon's 9 federally recognized tribes to share their culture of this state. Event organizer Hannah Shooting Bear says she hopes to plant a seed inside everyone attending today.
So they could go and start understanding our cultures and educating themselves, because a lot of them don't, because they never heard about our atrocities. They never saw it in their school books in the school.
The event showcased Indigenous dancing routines, speakers, activities for the little ones, authentic food, Indigenous small businesses, and so much more. And the organizers do thank everyone for coming. Reporting in Salem, Daisy Caballero, back to you.